Sentence and its types. Definition of sentence. A sentence is the most important unit of grammar in the English language. It is a group of words that expresses a complete thought and makes clear sense by itself. Every sentence has two main parts, a subject and a predicate. The subject tells us who or what the sentence is about, and the predicate tells us something about the subject, usually including a verb. For example, in the sentence, the boy plays. The boy is the subject and plays is the predicate. A sentence always begins with a capital letter and ends with proper punctuation such as a full stop, question mark, or exclamation mark. Sentences are very important because they help us communicate ideas clearly in speaking and writing. Without sentences, communication would be confusing and incomplete. Sentences can be short or long, but they must always express a complete idea. Learning sentences is the first step in learning any language. In English grammar, sentences are mainly divided into three types based on their structure: simple sentences, compound sentences, and complex sentences. Each type has its own structure and purpose, and understanding them helps us improve our writing and speaking skills. One simple sentence. A simple sentence is the easiest and most basic type of sentence. It contains only one independent clause, which means it expresses a single complete idea. It has one subject and one predicate. A simple sentence does not include any dependent or subordinate clause. Even if it looks long, it is still a simple sentence if it expresses only one main idea. Simple sentences are easy to understand and are commonly used in daily communication. They make our message clear and direct. A simple sentence can also have a compound subject or a compound predicate, but it still remains simple because it has only one main idea. For example, Ravi and Sita are playing in the garden is a simple sentence because it has one predicate, even though there are two subjects. Similarly, she opened the door and welcomed the guests is also a simple sentence because one subject performs two actions. Some more examples of simple sentences are: the sun rises in the east and the children are playing happily. These sentences are clear and complete, with only one clause. Simple sentences are useful, but using only simple sentences can make writing boring, so we should also use other types of sentences. To compound sentence. A compound sentence is formed by joining two or more independent clauses. Each clause in a compound sentence can stand alone as a complete sentence, but they are joined together to show a connection between ideas. These clauses are joined by coordinating conjunctions such as and, but, or, so, yet, and for. These words connect ideas of equal importance. Compound sentences help us combine related ideas and make our writing smoother. For example, instead of writing, "I wanted to go for a walk. It was raining," we can write, "I wanted to go for a walk, but it was raining." This shows the relationship between the two ideas clearly. In compound sentences, we usually use a comma before the conjunction to make the meaning clear. Each clause has its own subject and predicate. Examples of compound sentences are: she studied hard, and she passed the exam, and he was tired, but he continued his work. In both examples, there are two complete ideas joined together. Compound sentences help avoid repetition and make writing more interesting and connected. 3. Complex sentence. A complex sentence is a sentence that has one independent clause and one or more dependent clauses. A dependent clause cannot stand alone because it does not give complete meaning by itself. It depends on the main clause to complete the idea. Complex sentences are formed using subordinating conjunctions such as because, although, when, if, while, and since. These words show the relationship between the clauses, such as reason, time, condition, or contrast. Complex sentences are very useful when we want to express detailed or complicated ideas. For example, instead of writing, "she was tired," she continued working, we can write, "although she was tired, she continued working." This shows contrast clearly. A dependent clause can come at the beginning, middle, or end of the sentence. When it comes at the beginning, we usually use a comma after it. Examples of complex sentences are: because it was raining, we stayed at home, and she will come if you invite her. In these sentences, the dependent clauses cannot stand alone, but they add more meaning to the main clause. Complex sentences make writing more meaningful and help show clear relationships between ideas. In conclusion, sentences are the foundation of communication in English. A sentence expresses a complete thought and includes a subject and a predicate. There are three main types of sentences based on structure: simple, compound, and complex sentences. A simple sentence expresses one idea with one clause. A compound sentence joins two or more independent clauses using coordinating conjunctions. A complex sentence combines one independent clause with one or more dependent clauses to show relationships between ideas. Each type of sentence is important. Simple sentences are clear and direct. Compound sentences connect ideas. And complex sentences provide deeper meaning. By understanding and using all these types of sentences, we can make our writing and speaking more effective, interesting, and clear.